Welcome everyone to today's Empyrion Workshop Showcase. Join me as we take a look at the AT-Tardigrade Freighter. Today's design is a creator-requested look at the AT-Tardigrade Freighter, which is an unlock level 25 size class 10 design coming to us from creator Ostracized. Now, right off the bat, I know some people are going to probably make complaints about the very basic plain exterior look of the ship, but let me go ahead and say that first, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Second point, have you ever seen a tardigrade? They are not exactly the prettiest little buggers. More to the point, have you ever seen a cargo container ship? They are very basic looking because their function is not to be a luxury liner looking really nice, but to carry a lot of cargo. So they have a very basic, simplistic, straightforward design, and that is what we are getting here with the Tardigrade Freighter. So starting at the back of the ship, we do have a very interesting approach to a vessel bay. Instead of an enclosed area where you have the large cargo bay doors that open up, this is simply a ramp covering up a small area with two parking spots, as well as steps leading up, so if you have a higher than normal cockpit, you can easily just walk up and jump in. Right here next to the door, we have two switches, and they both appear to do the exact same thing. Switching them on will turn on the blue lights and retract the one ramp while extending the other. Heading through the door here, we come into our rear hover vessel bay. In this area, we have a very large open space for hover vessels. Also, by the door we came through, we have an armor locker, cargo box, and O2 station. And opposite of that door, we do have a shutter door that will reveal an elevator. Basically, this is an airlock leading down to the planet's surface. Coming up the stairs above the door we came through, we will go back out to the previous hangar area. On both sides of this walkway, we have a switch, and each switch does the same thing. Turn on the aft spotlights and open up both the drill and multi-turrets. Above the lower airlock, we have storage hangar 2, which the sign above the door states there is no oxygen. That is because this is an exterior area. Once again, along the walkways, we do have switches, and both of these will do the same thing. Turn on the spotlights and activate the drill and multi-turrets. Now from here, we also have stairs to our right and left, and taking either set of stairs leads you up into one of the debriefing rooms. However, continuing through storage hangar 2, we come to the vehicle repair hangar. This is similar in style to the hover vessel hangar. However, in the middle of this hangar bay, we have our repair bay module, and we have two repair bay control consoles. Above each console, there is a switch, and each switch will turn on both the console, the repair bay module, and lights by that particular console. And just as with the hover vessel bay, next to the door that we came into this room, we do have stairs to the left and right, and taking these stairs once again leads you up to a different set of debriefing rooms. But continuing forward, we come to storage hangar 1, which again is the same as the previous. Outside with no oxygen, so make sure you are wearing your helmet if you don't have a breathable atmosphere. As with the other storage areas, we do have switches along the walkways that activate drill and multi-turrets. In this area, we also have cargo boxes hanging from the ceiling, which we did not have in the storage hangar 2. Consider storage hangar 2 to be customizable for how you want it to look, because in this case, what I see is a storage hangar where somebody comes in with, say, a forklift or a space forklift and picks a cargo box and brings it down for processing. Next to the switches on the walkways, we also have these shutter doors that lead through elevators to, again, floor level access. While this you could consider for spacewalking, in terms of the storage area usage, I feel this is more of getting down to the factory floor or the receiving bay floor, where you can help guide the workers there for grabbing the storage containers off of the ship. And finally, continuing forward, we come into the command deck area, where first what you'll see is access for thruster repair and an EVA airlock. Basically, going over here, we have doors that give you access to thrusters, and the airlock is this spot right here, which you can drop down and then go walking out in space. There is no elevator component because you are meant to be in space when you use this, which means you just have to use your jetpack to get back up. On each side, we also have access for doing gun repairs. Taking the stairs on either side, though, brings us up into the actual command bay. In this area, we have 3 seats, all of which can be used for piloting the ship. On one side, we have a switch for going between cruise mode and a head full, meaning you'll get faster speed with your thrusters but more power consumption. The other side has a switch for alert level blue, which we are in now with all of our main weapons retracted, or alert level red, where all of your weapon systems are online. Now, facing towards the back of the ship in this room, we have a doorway leading to medical bay and food production. However, first, if we go to either side, we will find an armor locker and an O2 station right next to a door that says thruster repair, no oxygen. In here you have several thrusters you can repair, and of course this whole area is a big caution sign letting you know you are in danger. Heading into the medical bay and food production area, first to our left we find our last stop cafe, which has a very nicely set up menu right in front of you. First up, we have our counter where we obviously place our orders, and then going past that, we have a total of 4 fridges and 2 food processors, and then further back we have our seating. Directly across from this though, we have our growing area, which has a total of 36 grow plots, as well as an additional set of fridges and food processors inside. Our next stop is the medical bay, where you will find that we have our different medical scanners along the walls. We also have a clone chamber and medic station, and then in here we have some beds for our patients to recover. Our next stop is the ground crew debriefing rooms, which we saw briefly earlier. We have both starboard and port debriefing rooms 1 and 2, and this is pretty much the same on either group. You will come in, you'll have some cargo boxes, armor lockers, repair station, O2 station, you'll have some wardrobes, and you'll have a bunch of seats. And of course, you'll have access down to either the repair bay area or the hover vessel bay, depending on which debriefing rooms you are in. In these rooms, we also have stairs leading up to the small vessel hangar. Now we have 2 hangar bay doors towards the front of the ship, as well as an elevator that leads further up top. Along the sides, you will find thruster repair access doors, which again, just like the other ones we've seen, are non-oxygenated areas. And all the way at the very back of this area, we do have a large set of hangar bay doors in the ceiling, giving you room to bring in some very large vessels, and of course you do have plenty of parking room throughout the whole area here. Taking the elevator in this area does nothing but bring you to the very top, where we do have some more parking spots for more small vessels. Back by the debriefing rooms, if we continue on, we come into the dorm and construction areas. On each side, we have constructor rooms, which are pretty much the same setup. We have cargo boxes, including our harvest cargo boxes and ammo boxes, and we have 2 advanced constructors, which are triggered by a switch on the wall. Going on down the hall, we come to the recreation area and the dormitory. Recreation area is nothing more than basically the lounge, where we have a nice little couch setup and some tables and chairs and a TV, as well as our shower and 2 toilets. And the dormitory is a bit more like a bunk bed setup you would see in the barracks of a military place, and we happen to have our shift schedule up top. And fortunately, I get to hang out with Jay Randall, Excalibur, and some other cool people on first shift. Continuing on, we come into the next area where we have the starboard and port debriefing rooms 2. These are identical to the earlier ones and will be basically the same. Right here, we have our engineering areas. On one side, we have main engineering and O2, which is very nicely set up. It's very decorative, has a very good feel to it. And on the other side, we have our warp drive and generators, which kind of feels a bit more cluttered than the other one. But hey, it still works. And then once again, at the end of the hall, we have armor lockers, but also thruster repair area with no oxygen. Once again, this is the AT-Tardigrade Freighter, and it is an unlock level 25 size class 10 capital vessel. It carries 8 fuel tanks for a total capacity of 48,000 fuel, and sitting here in cruise mode, but with all the weapons off, I still have 14 hours of use. It also comes with 14 oxygen tanks, giving you a total of 28,000 O2 and needs 6,000 to fill it up, even though it does have some of the open areas without oxygen. Through the use of these open areas, it only requires 9 ventilators, and it has 7 oxygen stations spread throughout because of the no oxygen areas. It also comes with the 1 medic station and 1 clone chamber. Now, modern style freight ships do not come with a lot of weaponry for attack and defense purposes, but hey, this is a space age game, so the Tardigrade comes with a good bit of defenses. It is loaded with 4 rocket turrets, 2 pulse lasers, 2 cannon turrets, 15 sentry guns, 5 minigun turrets, 4 plasma turrets, 2 flak turrets, and then 3 multi-turrets and 3 drill turrets. It also carries a total of 78 cargo boxes, hence the name Freighter, and it has 2 ammo boxes. There is also the 6 fridges, 4 food processors, and 4 advanced constructors. Now, resource-wise, this is going to be a little bit pricier, especially in the Sathium and Iron areas. But that should not be a problem to obtain once you are able to obtain the nearly 10,000 neodymium needed for this, as well as the almost 2,500 zescosium and erestrum needed for this. Next to those requirements, everything else in this should be pretty easy to get. So what is my opinion on this? Well, like I said, it is built around the theme of a freighter, so it doesn't have to look pretty, but it does have some very nice cosmetic elements to it that makes it feel more like a freighter that we might expect to actually see in use, rather than some of the freighter designs we get that are meant more to be attractive. I really appreciate the open cargo bay areas because it feels like a ship that's actually going to drop off freight. Now, in terms of functional use, it does have a good bit of production capabilities, and it has a large amount of space for your hover vessels and, more importantly, small vessels. Once again, this is the AT-Tardigrade Freighter by creator Ostracized, and if you would like to check it out in your own game, I will have a link in the description below. Be sure to leave a nice comment and a like on the workshop if you try it out and like it. That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.